The most important thing is not a business problem, but the safety aspect for passengers. Please make it the most important concern, because lives cannot be replaced or exchanged. Even though we get compensation from Boeing, money is not everything for us. What is important is how the aircraft can provide safety to all around the world.
Well, Fabrizio Poli is the chairman of Kaizen Aerospace and joins us from Manchester in the UK. Good to have you on the program with us. Boeing, $2.5 billion fine. That sounds like a lot, but they won't face criminal charges. They rather will avoid a prosecution. And a large part of the settlement involves compensation to airlines, a large amount that would have been paid out anyway. Is this really fair compensation, considering the loss of lives?
Well, I mean, is it fair compensation? No money can bring back someone from the dead. So, I mean, it doesn't matter what number you put on there, whether it's 2 billion, 10 billion, 100. Someone has lost their life, they lost their life. At least something has been paid.
Can Boeing ever really regain the trust of the people who fly on its airplanes, or is this damage to Boeing's reputation irreversible?
Well, I think the problem with this is, accidents do happen, but, this whole investigation about this accident has actually gone on for a long time. And as this is portrayed throughout time, over 2 to 3 years now, in people's minds, the 737 MAX is a dangerous airplane, but it's not. I mean, Boeing have gone through a lot of flight testing, modifications, and a number of things to get this airplane recertified. So it is not a dangerous airplane. It's a very safe airplane. There were a few flaws in the system and the pilot training, which caused the 2 accidents that then caused the grounding of the aircraft.
Right. Is that enough, though, for people? Because we know how people get irrational when they fly. I'm a frequent flyer, and yet I still get nervous when I fly, even though I know that statistically it is very safe. But given the media attention around the 737 MAX, and it is back in service in the U.S., how can people feel safe when they're flying or flying on any aircraft, for that matter, especially in light of this news?
Well, I mean, I help people also have fear of flying. And obviously, one of the reasons why people are afraid of something is they don't know. So in this case, what I would do with the airlines, I mean, do some videos of pilots doing their training in the 737 MAX simulator, show what modifications have been done, explain from a technical aspect, but, in layman's terms, what you have done as an airline to make sure that the 737 that you operate is safe, because it's been modified, it's been recertified, and the pilots have been trained in a certain way to avoid this problem from happening again. And I think if the airlines do that, that will give confidence to the passengers and people will start flying. But as I said before, the 737 MAX is a very safe airplane now. All the flaws that were in the system and the flight manuals and the pilot training have been addressed. As long as the airlines that operate these airplanes are putting their pilots through the right type of training so that this type of emergency is covered, and they know how to deal with it if it happens again.
Yeah, we all certainly hope that the pilots are well trained. What role does the FAA play in all of this? Do you think that it did its due diligence in allowing the 737 MAX to continue flying? And do you think that it's allowed it back into service too soon before people are more comfortable?
No, I think they've taken their time to do this and to do it right. And so, it's taken a long time to recertify this airplane. They've been through lots and lots of testing and that. So I think they've done things in the right way and in a safe manner.
All right, Fabrizio Poli, thank you.